Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning Magazine with another unboxing video, and this time it's Caravan. Yes, Caravan, the shows of our ... live. This is a 10 LP deluxe set from Madfish Records. So before we go any further, let's have a look inside the box. So this is a look inside the show of ours live. Caravan, a 10 LP box set of first time to vinyl Caravan performances. Keele University 1976, Bobino Paris 1980, the old Buckingham High School 1990, Paris Park Hotel 1998, and the Stables Theatre in Waverton in 2001. Includes 4 previously unreleased concert recordings, plus a 60-page collector's book with photographs, lots of stuff, and first-hand band reflections. So let's open the box and have a peep inside it. So it's a nice, typical hard case, cardboard case of high quality, as you'd expect from Madfish. And then the setting itself, if I can just about show you, all the albums are here, plus the book. So I'm going to get the book out and keep it to one side, and let's get the albums out as well. So they're in the same kind of design that has been used for Gentle Giant and also Wishbone Ash. But there is a difference in the way that these have been put together. They're not in gatefold sleeves, so some of you may miss that in the first instance, because I suppose you could say that's unusual, considering they're double albums and one's a triple. It could be to save costs or to make them fit into the box as they do, or they were never official live albums in the first place, so there'd be a lot more work to create gatefolds and all the artwork that would go with them. So this first one is the Stables Theatre from 2001, and they're coming out of the box, not in the order of date of them being released, it's just the order of I've been playing them, really. So all the tracks are on the back, and the 2 albums, I won't go through this for every one of them, but all of them are in poly-lined inner sleeves, which, as you know, is something that means a lot to me and for many other people who love buying these kind of sets. So again, Madfish win points for that. Let's just put that one out of the way. Then we've got, this is the Park Hotel in Norfolk. It was £9.50 to go to that. So again, it's a single sleeve, but this has got the 3 albums sitting inside it, again, all in poly-lined sleeves. And the next one in my set, as they've come out of the box, is Old Buckingham High School 1990. Again, it's a double album in a single sleeve. Bobino in Paris 1980, a vibrant yellow cover, single sleeve, double album. Again, all records are in polyline sleeves. And then the last one is Keele University from 1976. This is a single album, so it's in a single sleeve anyway. And that's the oldest one from this set. And let's have a look at the book. It's a softback book, but they were with the Gentle Giant live vinyl set and also the Wishbone Ash set. But this is again where Madfish come into their own, really. So I'll flick through this and show you. So they could have just had a kind of a 4 album size page booklet stapled in the middle and just shown you a bit of credits and mastering information for each of the records, but they haven't. They've actually spoken to the band again and gotten their involvement. So I don't have the big Caravan box set, and that has appeared on the Now Spinning Magazine YouTube channel when Chris Wright reviewed his copy, so you can flick through that. So some of these pictures may have been used in that set, but I imagine a lot of them haven't, because that's the way of Madfish. So this gives you a nice short history of the band, which again is good. They're not presuming that everyone bought the other box. So for those of you who are arriving here, you've got a nice potted history with lots of photographs to feel and bring you in to the era as this band was travelling through the 70s and into the 80s and beyond. It's really well put together, great design. Whoever puts this together visually, it ticks all the boxes for me. Some great information coming right up to the most recent period of when these particular records were put together. And then we come to the albums themselves, and lots of information about where they were recorded, contemporary pictures from the actual gigs themselves, which is really important and great touch as well. So for in 1990, that's where the pictures are from, and a lot of the pictures are actually from the gigs themselves of the actual album that you're seeing and hearing. And then we have the itineraries of all the gigs from these particular years that these records represent. So that is a look inside the Shows of Ours Live by Caravan. So that's a look inside the box for Caravan. This is a 10 LP set. These albums are available in the big, ginormous, very limited box set that came out from Caravan, which was featured on this channel when Chris Wright helped me review that because he'd bought it. I felt I got various other little Caravan sets, and it was a bit of a stretch too far for me to go at the time with everything else that was going on. But I remember Chris saying, you know, there was lots of live stuff in there, and some of it was a bit bootleg quality. And so this vinyl set scoops up some of the live albums from that set and puts them out on vinyl. So as many of you know, I am incredibly sensitive to bootleg recordings of any kind. I have no interest in them. Even for those of you who know what a huge Deep Purple fan I am, and lots of you send me links to, oh Phil, you've got to hear this live recording from 1973. If it's an audience recording or it doesn't matter who it is, it just doesn't do it for me at all. But if it's a live recording and it's from the desk, or you know, it sounds okay, then I'm okay, because you'll know when I did a very honest review of the second John Mayall set, and saying there were some of those discs which were too, even though they had historical, there was a historical element to them. They maybe had Mick Taylor from the Stones playing guitar or something, and they were included, but I wasn't going to play them more than once. Okay, so there's very few reviews out for this box set. And I did read one where someone they hadn't got a copy of the actual physical version, which I obviously have, and they were playing it on their iPhone, I think, as they walked through the park, and they were saying, you know, some of the sound quality wasn't what they're expecting. So I'm primed to thinking, oh, well, I can't agree with that. I thought these were completely all acceptable. One is probably more of a rough recording than the others, but the others themselves, and I also have, as my secret weapon, my wife Sue, who's behind me on the wall, who listens to everything that I review and also has incredibly sensitive ears towards anything that isn't perfect. Being a professionally trained concert violinist, she's very attuned to things not being not quite right. So I did start in a particular order. I started with this one, which is 1976, and I started with this one because it has 9 Feet Underground, the first half, 11 minutes 15, and then that segues into The Love in Your Eye for another 14 minutes, and that was missing just because of the way it was taped. I thought it was absolutely fine. And I'm playing this, you know, on my Technics deck through big floor standing speakers at a fair volume, and I thought it was exciting and a great recording. I am going to mention one musician in particular in this whole series of albums that has made me reappreciate this band in a way that I don't think would have happened if I hadn't got this set. And that is Godfrey Richardson on guitar, viola, and backing vocals. Because there's a lot of viola or violin, as some of you probably hear it as, on these albums, and is absolutely stunning. And the balance, the recording and everything is stunning. And also with Dave Sinclair on keyboards, it's brilliant. I love that one. So I thought, well, this is good. So maybe it's going to be the next one that isn't so good. And then I played the Buckingham High School 1990 recording, which is a double album. And same, I played, did I play on this? I played Winter Wine. I played them all, but I played them back to back, so I get a feel to see if my ears are going, that one just doesn't sound like the same band because of the way it's recorded. So I played Winter Wine, The Land of Grain Pink, and Nightmare. Stunning. The whole of this concert, I really liked it. And this one, is this a triple or no? It's a double, still double album. And this was Stables Theatre in 2001. And again, Godfrey Richardson on viola, backing vocals and guitar, and Dave Sinclair on keyboards. The musical balance between that very well-known Caravan synth sound and the viola, and some of the tracks here are 9 Feet Underground. If you love that song, you'll love this set because there's so many different versions of it and they're all slightly different. Medley, Dab's song, Better by Far, the Mad Dab song, The Love in Your Eye, A Hunting We Shall Go, 16 minutes long, and Nightmares on here as well, and also for Richard, great stuff. This is the triple. This is the Park Hotel in Norfolk from 1998, and this is a triple album. And again, that medley is on there again, which is 13 minutes long, that I mentioned. 9 Feet Underground, 18 minutes. It's a sad, sad, sad affair. 9 minutes, Somewhere in Your Heart, 12. Not a problem. The covers are do give it that feel, like the kind of unofficial live recordings. And every single album mentions in text, every effort has been made to improve the audio quality of this recording, but due to the nature of the original live tape, its quality varies and can suffer as a result. I think they're covering the backs because I had no problem. Which brings us to the last one, which is Bobino Paris 1980. This is the only one where the sound quality drops down a notch. But again, remember, I have incredibly sensitive, I don't do bootleg ears. Because you've got to be careful when you release stuff like this on vinyl. You can listen to a dodgy tape, but to put a vinyl record on, my tolerance to any bootleg recordings is even less if it's on vinyl. You mean to say Phil, you never bought a bootleg vinyl album when you were growing up? Yeah, I did, and I got rid of them. It's slightly less, but once your ears adjust, you don't realise that. And again, Sue's sitting next to me, and she hasn't said a word, and she can hear it. But this is the only one where you think this probably isn't an official live recording. These sound like live recordings, like radio recordings, whatever. But they're far, far, far away from anything resembling a bootleg recording. And could some of these actually come out as an official Caravan live album separately? Yes, I think they could. And I don't think anyone would have said anything, to be honest. You've seen the box, you've seen the booklet, which is superb. It's Madfish. It's a great set. Who's it aimed for? This is aimed at absolutely uber Caravan fans. You've probably got all the other box sets. You've certainly got all the albums. You've seen the band numerous times. You absolutely love them. And then this is who this is aimed at. This is not an entry point set for anyone who wants to know a little bit more about Caravan. This is not that set. There are so many other ways of exploring this band. But if you're already on that journey and you already have the other sets, and perhaps you have that big box set and you like having vinyl albums, then this set is well worth a punt. It's not cheap, but there aren't many of them. It's incredibly limited. But I've really, really enjoyed it. So if you're a Caravan fan, it's well worth it. If you're a Caravan fan of that level, So if you've only got a couple of albums, I will continue to explore the other studio albums. And that box set, I don't know, the big box set, I don't know how many of those are left, if Madfish have got many of them at all. But that is also worth a punt if you've not. But for those of you who have already ticked all those boxes, then I do recommend this. Only one of the albums is the sound quality sounds like it was recorded, and none of them don't sound like audience recording. In fact, I might have said this in actual recordings. Bear with me. I mean, where it says recording live in concert, Keele University, there's. And all the memorabilia and the pictures around each of the recordings is all exact for that. And if they're taken directly from the desk, which some of them probably are, they sound incredibly live. And that's the other thing that it captures, which I'll end on this. And that's why I felt like I didn't notice that if there's anything where the recordings might not have been seen as like, you know, multi-tracks or mixed professionally by someone producing an official live album for the band, is that they sound incredibly live and exciting. There's room between the instruments, and especially the sound of the viola and the keyboards, you know, the vocals. These are exciting performances. They're real. They've not been tweaked. No one said, well, you know, their backing vocal there is slightly maybe off with that backing vocal. It just is what it is. And I think that's how it works. And again, Sue has very sensitive ears when it comes to people not singing in tune, which is fine. But I think that if you want to listen to some really authentic live Caravan that's exciting with some fantastic instrumentation and playing and performances, then this set is worth a listen. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your support. Remember, music is the healer and the doctor. Please take care, keep spinning those discs. Remember, if you become a patron, you get money off our merch, and also you can come to our Facebook group and our WhatsApp group and our private pub called the Now Spinning Arms, which meets up twice a month via Zoom. Take care, all of you. Keep spinning those discs, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon.